I declare war. So I was on Facebook and I saw this video from Atlanta Black Star. I'll post it in the description box as soon as I get a chance. But it features this black woman, fat, dusty, raggedy black woman with this messed up looking wig on and her white daddy. And basically, in this video, they're going off on black men. And you have to see this for yourself, but I'm going to summarize some of the things that this fat black woman says, this dusty black lady. And I mean, when I saw this video, man, the first thing I thought about is how, unfortunately, some of our black women are not queens. Unfortunately, some of these black women, some of our women are trifling, man. And this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Like a lot of our sisters are queens, they deserve our respect. But then you have Negro bedwenches like this woman. And I just have to tell you some of the things that this woman says, man. She's with this white guy, and she proceeds to emasculate black men. She talks about how black men basically love each other in terms of being homosexual. And then she does some like obscene gesture pretending to give oral sex, basically suggesting that black men suck each other off. And then she talks about like how black men were dominated by white men, have been dominated by white men for 500 years. And she refers to black men as conquered losers. She's sitting with this white guy saying all this stuff. And then this white guy chimes in. This white guy goes on to say that he knows why black men don't want black women with white men. And he proceeds to say that's because black men want the white man's dick. This is what this guy is saying. Suggesting that black men are homosexuals, that black men want to be with the white man, lay down with the white man. Then this guy and this woman proceeds to talk about how she understands why slavery lasted so long. She goes on to talk about how slavery lasted so long because black men were having sex with white men. White men were having sex with black men, and that's the reason why they came up with the term butler. This woman is just going crazy. And then she proceeds to talk about how black men are fired. And then she begins to imitate Donald Trump when he says, "You're fired." And then she goes on to talk about how black men can't please women. And then goes on to talk about how black men are basically lazy. He says if you want good things in life, you got to work for it. And black men don't want to work hard and stuff like that. And this black woman is sitting by this guy, chiming in, supporting him, co-signing everything he's saying. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then this woman talks about how black men are broke. How a black man, if a man travels to see a black woman, he's going to want her to pay half of his travel expenses. And then she goes on to talk about how black men don't have cars, basically. Black men like to ride bikes. This woman spent a lot of time like degrading and humiliating black men. And all the while she's saying this stuff, she's laughing it up. Her eyes all bucked out. She's acting like a complete fool for this white man. And she's too stupid to realize that while this white man is insulting black men, he's also insulting black people, period. But she's too dumb to see this. Too stupid to see this, man. And this is just so disgusting to watch. I mean, this is fodder for these black men on YouTube who love to bash black women. I'm sure that, once they get their hands on this, they're going to run with it. And fortunately, this woman represents a minority in our community, but it's a minority that has to be acknowledged, man. It has to be dealt with because, some of these women are just trifling like this, man. Some of these women are traitors to the black race. I mean, it's one thing for a woman to decide to date or marry interracially It's another thing when this woman proceeds to bash black men, using the fact that she's in an interracial relationship to, flaunt it in front of black men and then also disparage black men with her comments. I think that it speaks to a couple of things. I mean, first of all, this is probably some broken-hearted, bitter woman, like a lot of these women here on YouTube. A lot of these quote unquote swirlers here on YouTube. You can name the names. I mean, you got Crystalline Kerrison, another butthurt woman, that's lashing out at black men. You got the unsuccessful ladies jive on here. Another one of these bitter black women. This woman in the video that I will link in the description box, I mean, she epitomizes what these people represent, but she's more blunt about it. She's more upfront about it. And the way she was mocking black men, you just have to see it for yourself, man. And it's a shame that this woman was clinging to this white guy while she's bashing black men. And I think that that speaks to a deep and profound pathology. Another thing that this woman talked about is how this white guy doesn't have to get an S curl because his hair is all silky and stuff like that. And she went on to talk about how black men want to imitate white men and be white by getting the S curls and contact lenses and stuff like that. You don't see many black men with no contact lenses or running around here with no perm. That's not popular among black women. I mean, black men. Black men don't do that kind of stuff. Most black men are not running around here with contacts on or perming their hair or wearing some kind of hair hat or something like that. That's what this woman is doing. I mean, she's the one with this long, fake, obviously fake ass weave on. Probably beneath that wig, she probably got like whiskers on her head, like strands of hair. Like her hair is probably all the way messed up under that raggedy wig. And she got the nerve to talk about like some men, wanting to have some S curl. I mean, this woman was absolutely ridiculous. And then she's like fawning over this white guy. And as far as I'm concerned, man, this white guy was bragging about how he traveled from Texas to Florida by car. He drove to Florida from Texas to be with this fat, dusty, ugly, hair-hatted Negro bedwench. And the fact that this guy would do that, that tells you how much of a loser he must be. That tells you that he must not be getting any play with his own women. It shows you how desperate this guy is, that he got to travel halfway across the country to be with some subpar, ugly, fat woman. You know what I'm saying? He obviously has something wrong with him, man. And it just speaks to desperation. I mean, both of these people are desperate. I mean, this is a bitter, butthurt woman that's trying to lash out at black men. And black men don't care nothing about this woman being with some white guy. I mean, nobody's losing sleep because this woman is with this white guy. I mean, in fact, she's doing the black community a favor by being with that white guy. Nobody's missing this woman. But I just had to speak out about how she was talking to black men. I think it was sickening. I think it's disgusting. And it just shows you like how some of our women suffer from Stockholm syndrome. Some of our women and men, for that matter, suffer from deep-seated self-hatred. She thinks she's doing something big by disparaging her own men with this white man. That just tells you how lost some of our women are, how demented some of our women are, how clueless some of our women are. This woman probably thinks that, he loves me and this and that. How is he going to love you and he don't have no respect for your people, man? How's he going to love you and he's a damn racist saying racist things about your own people and you too stupid to realize it? That just tells you how stupid some of our people are, how lost some of our people are, man. So I had to say something when I saw that video, man. I was like, what the hell is wrong with this woman? She's making a complete fool out of herself before the whole world. That video is probably going to go viral. And it's just sad that she reflects the mentality of too many of our women, too many of our people, period. Because you got black men on here that, do basically the same type of thing. Like you got that guy, mad bus driver, that posts all these pictures of these white women drooling over these white women while he bashes black women. That's no different from what this Negro mammy coon bedwench is doing. And like some people may take offense that I'm calling this woman a bedwench. I mean, this woman, that's what she is. She's literally bragging about being with this white guy. She's literally teaming up with this white guy to stomp on and bash black men. If that's not a mammy, I don't know what is. If that's not a bedwench, I don't know what is. People that do things like this in our community do not deserve respect. They should be ostracized. This woman shouldn't, no black person in their right mind should be dealing with it. In terms of hiring this woman. It's unfortunate that these become the faces of black women. Like somebody like that is put out front and nerve to talk about black men and colorism, which, you know, disturbs me. Like she's bringing this colorism issue as if that justifies what she's doing. Like as if that justifies the insults that she's throwing at black men, as if that justifies that. While she's celebrating this damn white man, she doesn't realize that it was the white man that taught us to hate our skin color. It's the white man that taught us to hate being dark skinned with all those images of mammies and sambos and stuff like that. Want us to hate our skin. Come from to hate Africa, to hate our lips, to hate our noses, to hate ourselves. But yet and still, this woman is acting like this white man is some kind of savior. Some kind of savior from the evil black man, as if this white man is somebody that, appreciates dark-skinned women. And you hear a lot of this stuff here on YouTube. I mean, you got these people that talk of all this stuff about colorism, but yet they are promoting by getting into these interracial relationships and having these biracial children. The same light-skinned women that they complain about, they're helping to create. The same colorism that they complain about, they perpetuate, because a lot of these people, they hate being dark-skinned. They hate their dark skin so much that they want to have children that don't look anything like them. They want to have children that don't remind them of themselves. So yeah, I just had to get on here for a second and talk about this, man. I just think it's literally disgusting that you had this raggedy, Negro bedwench on here bashing black men. It's just a shame, man. And, according to like just a little bit of comments that she was responding to, apparently you got some black women co-signing her, celebrating hers, celebrating what she was saying and stuff. Emasculating black men. The whole time she spent like emasculating black men. And you have a lot of examples like that on here, man. You got like that, that Cynthia G, who loves emasculating black men, talking about black men never did nothing to fight racism and this and that, dusty beta males and this and that. And it turns out that she's with somebody, having some baby by somebody, some dusty beta male. I mean, it just shows you like how pathological some of our people are, like how lost they are, how clueless they are. Well, yeah, let me see what y'all are saying. It's a lot of comments, so I don't know if I'm gonna have time. Yeah, but shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. I'm on my lunch break, so I don't have a lot of time. Shout out to Big Game Orenthal. Shout out to Water Sniper. Shout out to Covina Man. Covina Man said she sounds like Cynthia G. Yeah, in some respects she does, talking about black men being dominated by white men and this and that. That does sound like Cynthia G. Yeah, y'all got to see the video, man. So I'm going to post that in the description box as soon as I get a chance. And I'll post her image in the thumbnail so that you could see who I'm referring to. Her and this white guy. I mean, that white guy has to be like the biggest simp in the world to travel all that distance to be with some subpar woman. You know what I'm saying? You know, her personality sucks. She's not a beautiful woman at all, you know, but he gonna travel halfway across the country and stuff like that. And you know, I hope she's milking him for his money, you know, getting as much as she can out of him because he's a sucker and a lame. You know what I'm saying? Like any man that would go all the way across the country to be with somebody like that is a fool, and he's not. He doesn't realize that she's basically trying to use him as a prop to get back at black men. You know, a lot of these women that lash out at black men, they really want a black man. That's what they want. That was the black man was their first choice. And then this white man became some kind of consolation prize, something that they settled for most of the time. So let me just go through your comments. I'm gonna try to get to your comments before I go. Um, yeah, that white dude was wilding out, man. But that woman was way out of control, man. And I guess he was just feeding off her energy, man. Man, and I just wonder what these women had to say about this, man. Like these women that I mean, it's like they are so eager to go after a black man for any kind of stuff a black man does, you know, like and I go after some black men as well that do things that's foul, like black men that like you know trample over black women and celebrate white women. For instance, that guy who you know that football player or whatever who was talking about like you know cheers to having more light skinned kids and all that foolishness. And you know, you had these situations where these football players or athletes don't want to have black women at their parties and stuff like that. I've done videos addressing that, but it's like with these swirlers, they're one sided. You know, they never address things like this video that I'm talking about. They never address it, and if they do address it, they're gonna defend the foolishness. They're gonna defend the craziness. That's what they're gonna do because they're a bunch of hypocrites, man. Just straight up. But it's like the first thing I thought is like, man, man this is the one that these hoteps are saying is a god. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know what the girl's name is. Like, I'm not familiar with her channel, B1. The only reason why I found out about her is because I was on Facebook and Atlanta Black Star posted the video and they were talking about, you know, the video. And I was like, let me check this stuff out. And I was like, wow, man, this is crazy. And I noticed that like a while ago, like probably a couple of days ago, Tariq Nasheed posted the video on his Instagram, but I didn't watch it. I just saw the imagery. And then, you know, I actually saw the video today and I'm like, this is crazy, man. So let me see. Yeah, I think you're right, DJ Wiz. I mean, it is about her trying to prove something to black men. You know, just trying to lash out at black men. You could tell that she's deeply hurt. Like some guy probably cheated on her or something like that. You know, or dogged her, and because of that, she's lashing out at black men. And it's just and it's sad, and I get that, but just because somebody has a bad relationship, that doesn't give them some kind of license to disrespect a whole race of men, especially in the presence of a white guy and with this white guy chiming in. This just epitomizes just how sick some of our women are, man. It truly does. Yeah. So Mrs. Berry wanted to know which video. Uh, I will post the link in the description box for those of you who don't aren't familiar with it. Yeah, she may have been going for shock value, but she seemed like she was sincere. It didn't seem like some act or whatever. It seemed like she really felt that way when she was talking. Yeah, that woman was something else, man. Y'all got to see that, man. You have to see it. Oh, so Water Sniper said he has the full video on his channel. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, Perkins is cool, man. I don't have no issues with him, man. I'm just talking about like how what people would perceive, and how some people would perceive him or whatever. When I did my first video on my New Possibilities channel about that situation, I said that I respect him and I don't view him as dusty or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it's just, you had a situation where this woman constantly bashes black men, to Cynthia G, constantly saying Dusty this, Dusty that, constantly talking about black men being irresponsible and having kids out of wedlock. Turns out she's in a relationship, she's in a situation where she's having some kid out of wedlock with somebody that has multiple baby mothers, man. Multiple baby mothers. So it's just like she's not practicing what she preaches. But the only reason why I brought her up is because, just like this woman that I'm referring to, Cynthia G loves to emasculate black men. Doesn't miss an opportunity to do so. No, I don't think this is like. I see what somebody's saying. Well, this is like that girl that was on Dr. Phil. It seems fake. No, I mean, you got to see it for yourself, man. I don't think it's fake. I don't think it's fake at all, man. This is how that woman genuinely feels. And nobody should be surprised by this kind of stuff because you see it all the time here on YouTube. You see it all the time. Women that, say the same type of things. That put this white man on a pedestal. Put the same damn white man that put you in chains. They put him on a pedestal. The same damn white man that Jim Crowed you and segregated you and humiliated you. But yeah, they put him on a pedestal. The same white man is, on the police force gunning you down in these streets with impunity. That's the same white man that some of these women put on a pedestal, man. It would be one thing if this woman just happened to be in an interracial relationship and she minded her own business and then degrade and attack black men. That would just be her business. Her relationship would be her business. But when you get on here bashing black men while you elevating this white man, that becomes our business. That becomes everybody's business, and you're fair game at that point. Yeah, man, it's just crazy, man, that guy would do all that stuff, man, like travel all that distance to be with that woman. And I'm sure she's getting money out of him. He's just a sucker, man. He's a sucker and a lame. And I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't get back on here dogging him out soon. You know, But one thing I got to give her credit for, like unlike that lady, the unsuccessful lady's jive, at least she got a white man. This unsuccessful lady's jive, like she always talks about the white man as this and that, but this white man is nowhere to to be found, man. This white man that she celebrates so much, I don't see her with him. The only thing I heard from her is her talking about like this white guy, her and some white guy not working out or something like that. So yeah, man, I just wanted to hop on here for a second, share my thoughts. Tell me what y'all think. Please rate, comment, and subscribe.